Will Kai Greene go to the Arnold Classic and compete in 2019? I've heard some rumors that he may go. I don't know for sure if that's true or not. I haven't got any kind of finalization on that, but it's definitely an interesting topic to talk about because Kai Greene is one of those top guys that's been around for a long time. He's had a pretty good career. Kai Greene is a great bodybuilder. He's competed in the Arnold numerous times. He's actually gone to Olympia. He never does well in the Olympia, but as far as the Arnold's concerned, Kai always does very well. We've heard rumors about him when he flies and holding water and carbon up, and I don't know all the stories we hear. We never know if those are true or not. But this year in 2019, the Arnold Classic, there's rumors that Kai may be going. I've heard there's been some invite money going around, and for right now it's all rumors. But I'd like to see your opinion on, what do you think about Kai Greene coming to the Arnold? Will he do well? Will he not do well? Will he show up? Has he been invited? I don't know. The sources say that he's been offered a lot of money to go. Still in the rumor mill, so I don't know. I think there's a great bit of competition for Kai this year. As good as Kai is, I think that he's carried a lot of his success on his story of Kai Greene is a fan favorite, which is great. He seems like a really cool guy, down to earth, comes from nothing. Like you said, my pedigree always held me back, and there's some truth to that, I think, for some extent. But in past shows, I think Kai's got a lot of distinction. I think he's a good physique. I can't say he's not a good physique, but I think for the bodybuilding at that level, he's too blocky. His physique doesn't flow as well as it should. I think he has a very square shoulder, not a high trap. It's just flat across the back and square around the back. His lats are freaky. He has all these freaky muscle groups, and I think they're amazing, but they seem like they're patched together somehow. I don't know why. I hope that makes sense. But, if Kai does go to the Arnold in 2019, I think he definitely needs to scale down the size of his body. He's just too big for his frame. And I know we all want to see freaks, and that's cool. But for Kai, I think if he places, second, third again, it's going to be very devastating for him. He's taking some time off. I've seen pictures of Kai, Instagram pictures. Some other people have sent pictures to me showing, what he's looked like in the off season. He stays relatively lean. But I think him going to the Arnold Classic this year, he needs to watch himself. That he's got any kind of distension. Guys like Josh Lenardowitz, Brandon Curry, small, tiny waist, and Brandon's come out as a freak this past year. He's gone overseas and come back, eating the anabolic chicken, and he looks a lot different. So William Bonac, smaller guy, smaller frame, but great structure. I think he can do some damage against Kai. I think Cedric, we never know what's going to happen with Cedric. He's going to show up, and he'll be big, full muscle bellies, but never hits that conditioning. He can always beat Kai, no problem. I'm trying to think who else is out there. Victor Martinez. If Victor comes in nice and tight and shredded, he's got a really good flowing physique. I think the trend in bodybuilding right now is the full muscle bellies with flow. You look at someone like Shawn Rhoden, who just upset Heath. He's got a certain flow to his physique. It's a pretty natural-looking physique. As far as natural goes to pro bodybuilders, we all know that, but there's chemicals involved. I think that, these are all just my opinion, but I want to hear your opinion as well. Please comment and post and, ask some questions, or who do you think is going to be the top dog at the Arnold this year, 2019? Is it going to be Kai Greene? Will he show up? Will he not show up? Will he be offered money, accept the money? Is he going to hold out until the Olympia? We know he's got an invite to Olympia anytime. We hear he's going to go there and clean house. I personally don't think he'll beat Shawn Rhoden at all, unless Kai Greene, once again, can scale down his physique. He's going to need to take off a good, I don't know, I keep hearing he's 310, 320. Who knows the real number? I'm guessing he's about 310. And if he stays lean, he becomes the Rami again. He's not going to fall into good placings. I mean, he'll definitely hit top 5, but, I think for Kai at this point in his career, it's, these top 5s they're done for Kai. I know he's frustrated, and, he says he's not. He won't answer questions. I've heard Dave Palumbo interviewing Kai Greene on RX Muscle, and, he keeps dodging questions, and he gives these, I don't want to say ludicrous answers, but he kind of just dodges questions and gives a philosophical answer, but doesn't really give direct answers. So, you never really know what's going on with Kai Greene. But what we do know with Kai is he's an amazing athlete. He's one of the best posers anyone's ever seen. He's artistic. He's a fun-loving guy. He's sarcastic. When he gets on that stage, I don't think it's going to be lights out for Kai. Like I said, unless he loses a lot of weight. And I know that's hard for Kai because he's got some supposed issues with carbing up, and we've heard George Farrow's been carbing him up too much. He's very carb sensitive. He, needs a lot to fill out his body per se. But if you look at Kai in the off season, he's pretty damn full. So what the fuck does someone have to fill him up for? I don't get that part. When you have to start filling up a bodybuilder who's got that much muscle, I think that's when you start losing your grounding, your placings in competition, because you look back at someone like Dorian Yates, who just, told everyone, hey, I was the biggest guy up there, but I realized a couple years later, if I scaled it back, that I would have a better looking physique to be tight, peeled, shrink wrapped, all that concrete words we use, and all that fancy stuff. I don't think he's come into that look a couple times, but when he has, it wasn't good enough to beat Phil. And I think that, Kai's still going to struggle. I feel bad in a sense, but he's such a cool looking physique. It's just a freaking nature. But, these other guys out, like Josh with Arnold, Josh come in super shredded in almost every show he's ever been. He's very consistent. And I think he's got a good flowing physique. He's pretty big. I've seen some pictures of him in the off season right now. He looks pretty good. In fact, looks fantastic. And I think he might be one of the front runners for the Arnold. So, early predictions. We got about 2 months left. I think February 28th through the 3rd was the Arnold Classic in 2019. I'd say my top three are probably going to be Steve Kuklow's out there too. Now, funny thing, I forgot. Sorry, Steve Kuklow I met in Dallas at the what's that gym? The Arlington Ronnie Coleman gym. I'll tell you in a minute. But Steve walked in. I never met him before. Never saw him in person. In fact, I really didn't know who he was. I just knew he was a pro bodybuilder. He walked in. The guy is so freaking thick and huge. His calves are just massive. I don't think I've seen like Ben Bukowski's calves, his calves, Dorian's calves back in the day. They're just like 24, 25 inches. It's retarded. But Steve has a way of coming down, getting shredded, but he just doesn't look as big on stage compared to other guys. But in person, have no doubt, Steve's a big dude. I've seen him walk around at 275 10, 15 years ago, and I know he's bigger. He's one of these guys who can slip in because he's getting better at conditioning, and more often he's getting more flow to his physique. So he's a young guy. He's getting older, and we're starting to see this trend of the older bodybuilders slipping in there, like Shawn Rhoden, 40 years old, cracking the Olympia. It's pretty cool. So my top five will probably going to be, I think Bonak's going to probably take number one. I think Kai's going to slip in there 2 or 3. Lenardowitz will slip in there around 3, 4, maybe even 2. I don't know. That's kind of my guess for now. I think Brandon Curry, if he comes in good condition, which he has before, but not as often as he used to, I think he can crack the top 3. So I'm going to say Bonak. These are early predictions. They may change later on. I might like to change my plea at some point. Bonak. I'm going to say Kai number 2, Lenardowitz number 3, Steve number 5 or 6. I think 4 is going to be, I don't know. Someone's going to slip in there at number 4. We're not aware of. So, but that's my outlook, and that's my rant for today. Will Kai Greene compete in the Arnold this year, 2019? It's yet to be determined, but if he does, I think it's a good thing for the sport. It's a great uplifting thing. It creates more competition. A lot of controversy. I know social media is going to be blowing up any minute now. I don't like the controversy stuff. I just want to hear, hey, these are what these guys look like. They look better and better. It's a good competition, a great show. So, Coach Ken signing off for Enhanced Coaching. Arnold 2019 coming up in 2 months. Take care. Train hard.